So here is worksheet 5.3. We're doing question number 4. A cosine function with x greater or equal than 0 has a vertical shift. When it's a vertical shift, -4 means C is 4 units down, right? Means C is equal to -4. This is axis of your symmetry. A period
So
of...
this is D, right?
No, it's down, right? Your axis, see? When you said this is, let's say, it's not cosine. Let's just see the cosine. So this is the cosine, right?
Yeah.
The axis is this one. If you shift it down, it go to -4. So it means C is vertical. D is the right and left. So it's horizontal shift.
Oh, okay.
A period of the 4 pi over 3. So P is equal to 4 pi over 3. Means you can find what? We can find K, because K is 2 pi over period. From that, okay, sorry, 2 pi divided by 4 pi over 3. If you simplify, you'll get 3 over 2. So this is your K. First minimum is at point 7 pi over 6 and -6 determine the equation of the represent the function. Okay, let's just graph a little bit. If I go forward as pi over 6, each unit is pi over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be my first minimum is 7 pi over 6 and it's -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be my -6 and 7 pi over 6. I just put that here. 7 pi over 6. This is my first minimum. Determine an equation to represent the function. I know that the cosine start at maximum and this is my minimum, right? Half of the period is your maximum started. True. What is my period? 4 pi over 3. Half of that is what? 4 pi over 3 divided by 2 is 4 pi over 6. Means if I go back like that, see, from here to here, we just put it bigger. See, this is my minimum, my first minimum. If I go back half the period, I get to the maximum. The total from here to here is my period. From here to the maximum is half a period. So since I know the period is this, divided by 2, 4 pi over 6. If I go back 4 pi over 6, I will get to my maximum. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here. Here gonna be my maximum. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be 3 pi over 6. Since it's set is shifted -4, means your axis of symmetry is at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is your axis of symmetry. Means my amplitude is what? My amplitude is gonna be 2 because my minimum is at -6. The distance between the minimum and the axis of symmetry is 2. I have to go 2 up to get my maximum. So basically it is here. This is that point. If I want to graph it, so half of that 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll get that something like this. Okay. I can graph the rest of that, but I have everything to do the equation because the equation is what? Y equal to A cosine. I need to do cosine function. K x minus d plus c. A is amplitude. As you know, we found that the distance between minimum and axis of symmetry is 2, right? My amplitude is going to be 2. A is 2. Cosine. Cosine K we got it from the period, 2 pi over period. We got 3 over 2. Now x minus d. Since this is shifted to the right, so it d. So here you know the cosine start at maximum, right? Means my maximum is here. What is the distance of this maximum to the axis, the y-axis? Is 3 pi over 6. So d gonna be 3 pi over 6 since this is shifted to the right. So you have a negative here. Plus the c is your axis of symmetry, which is at -4 here. Here is -4. So that is the equation of the function. So now I want to do on a worksheet, we want to do number 8, y equal -2.5 sine 2 over 3 theta minus pi over 2 plus 1.5. Here, the parent function is sine, right? Sine x, sine theta. We need to know the key points, x, y, sine of 0 degree, 90 degree, or pi over 2. Why I don't put the degree? Because here phase shift is in a radian. I need to put these key points in radian. Pi over 2, then pi, then 3 pi over 2, which is 270, and 2 pi, which is 360. Sine of 0, you need to know is 0. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. Sine of pi is 0. Sine of 3 pi over 2 is -1. Sine of 2 pi is 0. Now, this we need to apply the transformations. So what would be this transformation? First, I'm going to put the transformation for y, which is easier. So here is the stretch compressed vertically. So it's -2.5 multiplied by y and plus 1.5, 1.5 unit up. For x transformation, whatever we see, we reverse it. So this is 2 over 3, so it's going to be 3 over 2. 3 over 2 theta minus pi over 2, we reversed it, become plus pi over 2. Remember, for horizontal, whatever we see, we reverse it. For vertical, whatever we see, we just write it down, whatever it is. So x is 0 means instead of, so here is theta. Theta is 0, so 3 over 2 multiplied by 0 plus pi over 2. Of course, this is pi over 2. Now I put 0 for y, 0 multiplied by -2.5 is 0, so it's just 1.5. This is my first point, 5 pi over 2, 1.5. Pi over 2 is next one. If I do pi over 2 here, it's going to be 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 2. Common denominator I get 5 pi over 4. Then I put 1 here, -2.5 plus 1.5 is what? -1. So in my second point, I put pi. If you put pi here, it's going to be 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 2, which is 4 pi over 2. And here is 0. You get 1.5. 3 pi over 2, you put it here, you take 3 pi over 4, you get, plus pi over 2. Sorry, you get 9 pi over 4, my bad. You get 10, you get 10 pi over 4. And you put -1, 2.5, this become positive 2.5 plus 1.5 is going to be 4. Then 2 pi going to be 6 pi over 2 plus pi over 2 is 7 pi over 2. And you put 0 here is 1.5. Now to graph it, I need, this is my x values, right? Or horizontal values. I need everyone to have the same denominator. So see, biggest denominator is 4. So I'm trying to make everything denominator to be 4. So multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So this becomes 2 pi over 4. This is itself, so it's good, it's 5 pi over 4. For this one, I multiply by 2 denominator and numerator. You get 8 pi over 4. And here the denominator is already good, so it's 10 pi over 4 is good. And here I need to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2 again. It's 14 pi over 4. Now it's good to graph it. I believe I don't have any negatives, so I just put that there. The biggest one is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So here 2 pi over 4 just is going to be there, right? Which is 1.5. Let's say here is, because the maximum is 4. Let me just put that. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 2 pi over 4 is there. So here is 2 pi over 4. Going to be 1.5 is there. 5 pi over 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is 5 pi over 4. It's -1. So okay, is there. And 4 pi over, sorry, 8 pi over 4 is here. 8 pi over 4 is again 1.5 there. 10 pi. Sorry, multiply by 2. Yeah, multiplied by 2, this is going to be 11, right? This is 2 plus 9 is 11 here. Is here, which is 4, right? There. This is 11 pi over 4. And then 7 pi over 2. Oh, sorry, 14 pi over 2. So it's is 1.5 again. So you could say that the maximum is what? From these numbers. Then this is your maximum number. This is the lowest number going to be your minimum. And here going to be your axis, right? For the axis is 1.5. So immediately before you do anything, you could put this dotted line. This is your axis. Here, then you can catch it right here. This is one cycle. Any question? So 11, sine function equation, amplitude. Okay, we need to come up with the equation. You know, the general is going to be a sine k x minus d plus c. This information here is help me to write that. So amplitude. So I know the maximum and my minimum, right? You know, the amplitude is the distance between maximum and minimum. Is max minus minimum divided by 2. My maximum is this one, which is -1. Minus minimum. Minimum is -5. Divided by 2. So it's -6, +4, because negative is +5, -1 plus 5 is +4. +4 divided by 2 is 2. So amplitude is 2. Now period. Period is the distance between the two symmetric points. Here, if this is pi/2, right? 1, 2, 3 is divided by 3 equal parts. Means each part is pi/2 divided by 3. Here is pi/6. Each unit is pi/6. So let's say from pi/6, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the next maximum is here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 multiplied by pi/6. Just want to find the distance between these two, right? It's going to be what? Divided by 2, divided by 2 pi over 3. So this is going to be my period, 2 pi over 3. Now phase shift. Since I know the sign start with 0, 0, right? I need to find that point. We got a vertical shift. What is it? Let's just do for the vertical shift, which is C here, right? C is equal to, here is the amplitude is distance between maximum and minimum divided by 2. Vertical shift is half a distance. Midpoint. For a midpoint, just maximum plus minimum need to be divided by 2 if you want to find the midpoint between these 2 points. So -1 plus -5 divided by 2 is -3. Here is -3. So this is the axis, vertical shift. Let me just erase that. So C is a vertical shift, is -3. So the axis is that one, see? Now, if I want to do the phase shift, see, this is my starting point. See, it's exactly started at my y-axis. See, this one exactly started at my y-axis. So there is no horizontal phase shift, so it's 0. If there was a distance between this to the y-axis, that would be the phase shift. Now I'm going to do that. YA, we got it to be 2 sine. To find K, see, K is equal to 2 pi over period. We got our period to be 2 pi over 3. 2 pi divided by 2 pi over 3 So that the answer is 3. So K is 3. There is no D, so I don't write anything. I write nothing plus C. So it's down, -3 down, right? It's phase shift.